Win and the defensive highlight we all loved.
Brown will pass as he's hit, but it knocks up in the air, and it's taken out of the air by the Trojans. Jarrett, the big old dude, is at the 40, at the 30. He's got an escort at the 20, the 10. The big man has scored a touchdown for USC. All 6'5" and 360 pounds of Jamal Jarrett, the transfer from Georgia. How do you do?
Time to do it again tonight against Sparty and the Spartans. USC, Michigan State. 2 hours until kickoff tonight.
This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
And the Trojans take over on down. How do you do?
Brought to you by
YETI. We make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder.
Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
And by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans.
Tonight at the Coliseum, USC, Michigan State.
On your home of the Trojans.
Now, here's the Trojan Tailgate Show with Jordan Moore,
Sean Cody, Sua Cravens,
and Cody Kessler.
Hello and welcome to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. You're looking live at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, already covered in shadow. But we are in the light here on the Peristyle for a little big premiere, Under the Lights, USC versus Michigan State. I am Jordan Moore alongside the All-American Sean Cody, our playmaker, Sua Cravens, and the quarterback, Cody Kessler. Welcome to the Trojan Tailgate Show. We are fired up to be. Oh yeah, we got a pan up there. We got a big crew here. You know, it's 6 feet and up around here. Before we get started, you know, there's how tall are you, Sue? I didn't know how tall you were.
He's taller than Drake London. That's how tall
we're
he is.
all 6'4".
Yeah, Drake.
So
Drake was here like 2 weeks ago.
that's right.
We
I
know
should have measured you against him. If you're here from East Lansing, Michigan, and you're wondering why Sua's wearing a beanie. This is just how we do it in Southern California, right? It's a summer beanie.
It's a little breeze. It's a little chilly. I think I wore the perfect attire. You guys are going to be up here shivering. His nip's already hard. There's a lot of stuff happening, but I'm in perfect attire.
It's 78 degrees right now with a little.
Does it feel like 78?
Northwest breeze. No, you're just that's all fashion right there, Jordan.
Okay.
The weather was no bueno last week in Purdue. That was not fun. We had a 3-hour delay. Sean got a little hangry during it, but I think we all persevered, made it through. Arbo ran his own telethon on the broadcast and kept us going, but. Trojans responded well. Adversity on the road. Everyone was worried about them, flying to a Big Ten win. They ticked a lot of boxes last week.
Yeah, especially, that delay. That's as a player, former player, doing those kind of delays are not fun. You sit there, you don't know what to do. You're sitting there, you got all this energy. You got to peak at the right moment when the game's popping up. So hats off to the guys for staying locked in. They came out sharp. They came out fast. I was a little bit nervous how they come out of the environment, but even through all the distractions, able to find a way to start well.
Yeah, and it was a game also, Sua, that started going against them a little bit, and they flipped it at just the right time, which is something we didn't see last year. It kind of turned into an avalanche last year on the road.
Consistency, that's all we want, and even when the run game wasn't necessarily successful or working, we stuck with the running game. We didn't completely abandon it and become one-dimensional and rely on Jaden to save us. No, we still ran the ball. We didn't panic. We trusted our defense, and they got the turnovers when we needed it most.
All right, Cody, take us through this offense from the start here. It is really starting to show itself as a big play passing game. Jaden Mayava standing back there and throwing vertical balls, hitting Jacoby Lane in stride. Just a couple stats for you. Jacoby Lane has 3 receptions of 40 or more yards. That's third nationally. Mekhi Lemon leads the nation in 60-plus yard receptions, and Mayava leads the nation in 40-plus yard completions. So this is a thing now.
Yeah, he's averaging 14 yards per attempt right now, which is off the charts. No, he looks great. That's something that this offense lacked last season, right? In 2022 and 2023, USC was third in scoring offense under Lincoln Riley. Last year, they were outside of the top 50. That has never happened since Lincoln Riley's been a play caller or a head coach, and a big part of that is the lack of the downfield production. I got to give credit to Jaden Mayava, too. You have these targets on the outside. We talked about Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane, but he is dropping it in the bucket right now, and it's so tough when you are a first-year starter. I know he started 4 games last year, but to get in a rhythm early down the field, you have to throw that early with air, and we call it a 3-ball, right? Put some air under it, let him run underneath it, and go make a big play, and he's been perfect right now. and that allows this USC offense to be more balanced, and then when they take their shots, they're there to be had.
And Sua mentioned it. It was an up-and-down night for the run game, and it seemed to me that it was Maiava that unlocked the run game a little bit. He pulled it more than we had seen, and it started to get going a little bit. It helped in the red zone. It helped in big fourth down play, and then eventually they got it going late.
Yeah, I felt like the offensive line had to get adjusted to the linebackers a little bit. Purdue's linebackers were coming downhill. I didn't know what was going on. It seemed like they had a tip. They were playing down fast downhill. I think they adjusted the run game to that. Like you mentioned, Maiava pulled the ball a couple times to get it going. I thought Eli Sanders did a good job of really sparking the run game as well. He got in there. King Miller got in there a little bit, and then Wayman at the end put the game away, and that's what you want to see. The Trojans at the end of the game finishing the game off with the running attack strong. So even though it didn't start well, they found a way to finish strong.
Yeah, Wayman was at 4.3 yards per carry in this game. He was at 9.95 yards per carry going into the game. But, the opponents are getting more difficult. This is Big Ten football. You're probably not going to run for 9.95 yards per carry all season. And then red zone offensively, Sua was the other thing. Lincoln Riley brought it up with us a little bit. There were a lot of yards, particularly in the first half, but not necessarily always the points to go with it. They settled for some field goals.
That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with settling for 3. I hate empty trips. That's the biggest weight you can put on your defense, especially when you have a long drive that amounts to nothing, because you basically took a lot of time off the clock. Now we're cold and we haven't been on the field, so we're hoping we can get off the field quickly. But the least you can do is give us 3, give us a little cushion to play. But our defense came to play late in the fourth quarter.
And that's it, Cody. We'll get to the defensive side of the turnovers, but I don't want to skip over the offensive side, because quite frankly, the reason they lost the road games last year were the turnovers.
Yes.
I mean, it was just like 1-2 plays, and you go, that's it. Pick six just changed this whole game. It did not happen. Just because it wasn't perfect, but they never made that huge mistake, and then ultimately Purdue did.
That's the biggest thing in these games, and you got to know as a quarterback, and my eyes were on Jaden Maiava. You just can't make that crucial mistake. He didn't, and Ryan Brown did 3 different times, and that was the difference in this football game.
All right, that was the difference, and we're going to find out what the difference in this one is. We've got a nice long show for you, getting you set for an 8 p.m. kick. It's a late one here at the Coliseum, USC versus Michigan State. Little breeze blowing in, but Sua's nice and warm here on a Saturday night. Los Troyanos is back as the women of Troy's soccer team takes on Rutgers. That is coming up on Sunday, September 28 at 1 p.m. $20 deal. Get you a ticket, a scarf. Purchase your package today at USCTrojans.com.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You put on the biggest event of the year every single weekend, surviving the strongest storms, meeting chaos with composure. You roll up your sleeves to roll out the red carpet, because the end of the night for you is the beginning of the rest of their lives. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone, and don't let someone else drive off in the Audi model you've always wanted. Visit your Southern California Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit SoCalAudiDealers.com for more information. Jordan Morshaw, Cody Sua Cravens, and Cody Kessler with you on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Another beautiful night here in downtown Los Angeles, and we're talking about this defense that is starting to really show its teeth, and it's up front, Sean. I mean, it has to sort of little big chest, big eyes from you, swell with pride. You love a pass rush, and I'm not sure we've seen a better. I mean, you know, we still have a lot of games to go, but this seems like the best one we've seen in a while.
Yeah, and I can't recall before this a pass rush with the whole entire defensive unit was pass rushing so well. Everyone was getting after. It didn't matter who was coming in the game. They were getting after the quarterback. Dent Lynn was calling up the right blitzes at the right times. The guys were winning one-on-one rushes. So just a really good effort up front. It created some havoc, created some turnovers. It just when you can play that kind of defense up front and win on one-on-ones, it just changes your style of defense you can play.
Yeah, and it's coming from so many different people, Sue, and I think that's something we talked to Lincoln Riley about this week. They can do it in waves. They can shuttle 8 guys in and out. We're starting to see some guys break out a little bit. I thought Jakeem Stewart looked so much better in this game than he did in the previous one, but the sacks are coming from different levels. They're coming on blitzes. The secondary's getting involved. It's more of a team thing, whereas a few years ago we were talking to Coach Riley. It was just like Thule was the pass rush. And so, yeah, you had the sack numbers, but, like, it was really one guy.
No, this is what Coach Lynn was brought in to do, disguise and confuse. And what I like most about getting pressure on the quarterback is we're not sending 6 and 7 to have to do it. We're sending 4 and 5, and it's not because our guys are necessarily winning every single time. The looks are confusing. We're giving them 6-man looks, 6-man pressures. We only send 5. We give them 5-man pressures. We'll send 4, or even send 3, and drop 2 just to confuse the quarterback. So you got to love to see it. Everybody's doing well from the DB room, actually in the tackling and blitzing department, from the DB room, linebacker, D-line. They're all playing well.
9 different players with a sack already through 3 games. Tackles for loss also super high, second in the nation in that category. But we were talking about on the other side of the football, Cody, but it was the turnovers that changed this game, because, all turnovers are important. These were just straight up points, right? I mean, you have Ja Jarrett, who takes one back for 6, and the other 2 were in the end zone and take points off Purdue's board. I mean, that's the game right there.
Yeah, I don't want to say bend, don't break, because it wasn't. They did a good job throughout the entire game, both in the run game and the pass game. I am worried a little bit about the secondary still. I know DeCarlos Nicholson has kind of established himself as that top corner on this team, but after that, it's wide open. But there were times this game where Ryan Brown, the quarterback from Purdue, had some open receivers. He was pushing the ball down the field. There wasn't great coverage in the back end, but when you can have those turnovers like the 2 that Bishop Fitzgerald had down in the red zone, and then the Ja Jarrett touchdown, those can be game changers, and that's what needed to happen in this game. I'm curious, because I saw a clip. Would you have scored on that one right there, Sean, if you were Ja Jarrett? He went for 70. I know
you don't think I'm faster than Ja Jarrett?
I'll tell you right now.
Did you see him run?
I'll tell you right now. If you would have got the blocking that Ja got, I promise you would have scored. I'm blaming it on your blocker.
Now you're getting it right there. Yeah, I can move back in the day, buddy.
You could.
Sua, Bishop Fitzgerald. I mean, he's leading the nation in interceptions. I don't know. We were talking. You think the play's maybe been a little up and down, but the safety play has been super highly rated so far.
I mean, I got him as my number 2 safety in the Big Ten right now, but he's just bipolar Bishop. It's you either get a pick 6 out of him or a busted play, and for me, there cannot be any in between. You need to be perfect every play pre-snap. I'm not asking you to be perfect what happens post-snap, but before a play even occurs, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know where you're lined up, and you got to be communication, especially as a safety. You have to communicate with your DBs, your corners, your nickel, even your linebackers. So those are 2 things that can exist at the same time.
I think a couple things are true there. I think a part of it, he's new in the scheme, right? I think Kamari's bringing him along with him. He's learning it. And I think this secondary has to learn how to rush with this pass rush. It's got to work hand in hand. You know that. So these guys know they have a good pass rush. You can get a little tighter on the guy. You don't have to cover as long. You can be a little more aggressive in coverage. So I think as the pass rush is coming along, the defensive secondary has to learn how to work with that pass rush, and that way they can be a more cooperative unit.
And does Coach Lynn maybe change the way he calls defense? Yeah. Believing in that pass rush that it's going to get home, because ultimately that's your gamble, right? If it doesn't get home and you're up in press coverage, you give up big plays.
Yeah, you got to believe in them. And if they keep doing it week in, week out, I mean, the numbers keep panning out. I don't think Michigan State has the offensive line to hold these guys back, so it should be a big one. I expect a nice effort, same as against Purdue.
All right, it's L.A. versus the Bay at women's volleyball as your Trojans host the Cal Golden Bears on Sunday. For $30, you can purchase a ticket package that includes one game ticket, one tumbler. Visit usctrojans.com/SC Cup to purchase yours today. Our offensive game plan is next as the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Sir, it seems that the Gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing carefully, read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
The inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans. Be sure to sign up for the Three Torches presented by Smart Final. It's a free newsletter that'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3 torches and sign up. And introducing Celaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with a homegrown spirit. Celaya Tequila. Back on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. The tailgates are in full effect out there. It's sort of dinner time tailgate tonight at the Coliseum. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, and Cody Kessler now with this week's offensive game plan.
The USC Trojans offensive game plan is brought to you by I Trust Capital.
I Trust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
We've talked a lot about the playmakers that USC has at the wide receiver spot on this offense. We've talked about the playmakers in the backfield, but I want to talk about the staple and the guy that's most important on this offense, and that's tight end Lake McCree. You're going to see on this first play here against Purdue, we have Walker Lyons coming across in motion. They line up in a stack formation. Lake McCree's going to take the middle of the field. He knows that there's 2 safeties, so I got to get over that linebacker and split those 2 safeties. Jaden Mayava recognizes this. He's protected, puts his foot in the ground, and delivers a strike to Lake McCree right between those 2 safeties. This is a perfect route and a perfect ball, and that's what a pass-catching tight end can do. He can use his body to create those big plays down the field. Now, the next play you're going to see here, this is 4th and 4, a crucial play in this game. You think maybe we're going to Mekhi Lemon. You think we're going to Jacoby Lane, but no, we are dialing up a play for Lake McCree here. You can have the receivers at the top come across and pick for Lake McCree. This is a one-man route. That forces that DB to go over the top, and now you have McCree running that shallow across, and he has a big play in open field. And again, when you
I don't know if that's legal, Cody.
That is legal because in college, if you catch it behind the line of scrimmage, that's knowing the game right there, Sean. I'm glad you said that. You can block as long as you catch it behind the line of scrimmage right there. That's spoken like a true defender right there. But then this last one here, pushing the football again down the field to Lake McCree. He's going to stem outside on that safety, cut back inside, and another dot from Jaden Mayava. He is a big-time playmaker on this offense. I love Lane. I love Lemon. I love all the backs that we have. But 87 is a difference maker right now for this USC offense.
You said it right from the start of the season that the tight end would be a huge factor in this offense. We know we get from Lemon and Lane. We saw a little step up from Tanuk Hines last week, and we've seen the tight ends contribute as well. But what stood out to me, Sean, to make it all work, pass protection was excellent last week. I mean, we saw a sack on the Hail Mary at the end of the first half, but to be able to throw all the deep balls that we saw Maiava throw, you got to have the time to do it, and he had a nice comfy pocket.
Yeah, you got to give a ton of credit to Jaden Maiava and what he's done this offseason to improve his game, to lower the turnovers. But their hats off got to go to the offensive line, man. They've kept him clean all year so far, just protecting him well. He's got a lot of time. He's going through his progressions. The turnovers are down. That's partly the offensive line. So you got to, like I said, has the run game been perfect? Has it been perfect at times? No, but they're learning as a group, and they're keeping their quarterback pretty clean right now.
Cody, is there any one guy when you watch film that is standing out on the offensive line that you say, hey, that's a future NFL first-round pick, or are you just seeing a nice collective unit so far?
I think there's a couple guys that have potential, but the guy that stands out the most to me is Elijah Page. When you're a quarterback and you go into a game, go into a season, I want to know as a right-hander who's protecting my blind side, because I can see what's coming in front of me. I have my eyes downfield. I can see the interior, but not a lot of the times I can see what's coming from the backside, and Elijah Page has been great. I mean, it's been cool, too, to see Killian O'Connor. He's been playing some high-level football, a guy that was a walk-on, earned a scholarship. We thought maybe John Ray Reed coming over was going to just fill into that role, but Killian O'Connor fought him off, and he's deserved that starting spot, and he's been playing some good football.
And what we're seeing there, what you're describing is real competition.
Yeah.
A guy like Killian O'Connor, a former walk-on who's able to, earn the role on merit. We're seeing something similar happen right now with King Miller. So this is not a guy that was promised anything coming to USC, and all of a sudden he's your third back, and we've been sort of having fun with him the first couple weeks, but he's in the rotation right now.
Is he on scholarship?
I don't believe he is.
He needs this. That's robbery. He needs to be on scholarship.
He will be next year.
He should be.
Here or somewhere else.
He was in the third series of the game.
Yeah, no, he can run. Not related to Master P at all. No, Romeo Miller.
I thought he was.
Is he?
But now we are spitballing on air, but I thought he is related to that family.
Well, it makes sense because he's balling and he's doing it looking good. He runs fast, 22, 23 miles per hour. The first time he touched the rock in the collie, he's done everything. I thought he was a scholarship back. We better get him on Scally or he'll be gone next year.
You know what the best part is too about this is he's earned these rushes. It's not because Brian Jackson's been hurt. It's like, all right, let's just throw King Miller in there. Even if Brian Jackson was on the roster, and I can't wait to get him back, especially down with some of those red zone issues down by the goal line. But King Miller has absolutely earned these reps, and it's been cool to see.
And he's at 13.82 yards per carry so far. That's
and he had a snag.
hard to keep off the field.
A 7-yard snag out of the backfield last year. I mean, I saw him when I saw him pop into the third series of the game. I was like, okay, that's he's really earned some reps.
We've talked about the weapons on this offense coming into this season. King Miller may be a new name. Has anyone else sort of stood out to you that you didn't expect coming in? Is Tanook Hines that guy?
Yeah, I mean, I was bummed last week, and I don't want to give away my best in game pick later, so I'm glad he saved it last week, that one-hander he had in the end zone.
He almost made that play.
I'll say this, though. What stood out to me with that is, as a quarterback, right, you got to trust your receivers. And I would trust, Mekhi Lemon. I trust Jacoby Lane. I trust, Lake McCree. I trust those guys. I don't know Tanook Hines. And the fact that it was a 3rd and 10 on a crucial play, and Jaden Maiava went to him in double coverage and threw it up, and he came down and made that play, that is going to pay off in the long run. That tells me that he's just not doing it right now. He's been doing it in fall camp, and they've built that rapport, and it's going to carry on throughout the rest of the season.
He's playing hard, too. You watch him out there in the block game. He's playing hard. When he's running every route, it's crispy. So hats off to him. He's playing. That's why he's earned these reps. He's playing hard.
Yeah, Keeley was talking about how competitive he is. I was listening to the podcast coming in, and sounds like a really competitive kid. And he's a fall enrollee. These days that's hard to sort of carve a role
100%.
your freshman year when you basically had 3 or 4 weeks to do it, and that's exactly what he did. All right, we're talking about a little hardwood. Women's basketball deposits are coming up. Get yours in. USCTrojans.com/WBB deposits. That woman on the right, her name is Jazzy Davidson, and she is the #1 player in the country coming in this season. A big-time baller, so be sure to check her out at Galen this season. Our defensive game plan with Sua is next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at iTrustCapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. Because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Hey, Trojan fans, at Ralph's you get high quality and low prices, so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. Trojan fans, you can listen to USC football and all the biggest college football and basketball games on the TuneIn app. It's free internet radio. Good to be back inside the Coliseum with Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, and Cody Kessler. I am Jordan Moore, and this is your defensive game plan.
The USC Trojans defensive game plan is brought to you by LifeLaw.
Injury law made simple.
What's good, everybody? It is your boy Sua, Susie, 2-1, whatever you want to call me. It doesn't matter. I don't play anymore. I'm a has-been. I'm washed, as the kids say. But there's 3 things you should know about me. It's crisp cut fries. I wear Jordan golf slides. And I love a USC defensive disguise. Let's get right into it, baby. Coach Lynn, mixing up the pressures right here. Sean mentioned it. DB's got to work hand-in-hand with the D-line. Well, how about a sack in the backfield from a 4-man pressure? Don't have to send 5 or 6. Same exact thing. Eric Gentry, 5-man look. We only going to send 4. There's only 4 knocking at the door, QB, but they don't know that. So he's going to panic, and we're going to get home while we can still keep coverage. That is called working hand-in-hand. That's what you love to see. That's what disguises do pre-snap. Here you go. Bishop Fitzgerald. Again, his name's going to keep popping up. He's being the early defensive MVP for this USC secondary. Another pick in the red zone. We got a banjo with the 2 inside backers in the safety, and we got one-on-one with Bishop Fitzgerald. He knows that. He keeps man eyes, keeps his inside leverage, disciplined, gives us a gift right there, and thank God he didn't take it out the end zone. Smart move, great play. He makes another interception. Again, back to sending the pressure. 5-man look, 6-man look, but we're only going to send 5. We're going to spy out 1. We won't lose contain if we do lose the edge, and we still get home. Again, this quarterback had no idea who was coming, didn't know where to exit out the pocket, didn't know who to dump the ball off to, and when you send a 6-man pressure, or at least disguise a 6-man pressure, they can't leak the running back out because we'll get home. Another edge pressure right here, and then it leads to a thick 6. Picks, tips, overthrows. Ja Jarrett is the beneficiary of this. Again, DB's working hand-in-hand with the D-line. Go, big fella. Rumbling.
Go, Sean.
Stumbling, fumbling, tumbling, changing the time zone, and going to the end zone. Great play, big man. I thought he was about to knock it out right there. I'm not even going to lie. Great play. Go celebrate. I saw this like a trillion times on Twitter, so make sure that they're share posting with you so you can get some more NIL bread. And then play 6. 1 high safety. That man again, Bishop Fitzgerald, RPO. Earlier in the game, he gave up this slant in the red zone. This time, he reads the quarterback's eyes and go make a play. Big fella, get up the sideline. Great play, DB. I love it. DBs, we just got to be better down the field. When they run these deep balls, have better eyes. Don't panic. Hand on the chest, hand on the ball. We're there.
Did you say thick 6?
Yeah, thick
right?
6.
A thick 6, not a big 6.
2 C's.
Thick
2
6.
C's.
Thickiano.
I love it. That's awesome.
It has been awesome, and Eric Gentry is clearly the leader of this defense for me, guys. I mean, you cannot take your eyes off of him when he is out there on the field. I brought this up a couple times this season. I'm still not sure we know who his pair is. I've got a guy who's popped out to me. I'm curious who's popped out to you alongside Gentry the most.
Well, Desmond Stevens has got the most run out there. He hasn't made too many big plays yet, but he's been out there, so they trust him to do what he's doing. But I think a guy like Jaden Walker, for me,
that's who I like
31
right now.
31's been making some plays out there on the field. So I've seen a lot of 31. Seen a little bit. Newbie early in the season was out there a little bit, and then Tamir Robinson had a TFL last week. So you got a couple guys rotating in there, trying to find their groove there. Who Coach Ryan likes. He'll find out the guy he likes, because these guys got a good group of guys just working their way through the season. Desmond Stevens still a young linebacker trying to figure it out, so they'll come together in a nice way by the end of the year.
Yeah, what's nice is, knock on wood, this group is very healthy. So you're looking at 5 different guys to choose from. They can really compete for it. In a sec, we'll get to the cornerbacks, and that's a little bit of a different story. But Sua, while we're on the topic of linebackers, is there a guy from that group that has stood out to you?
There's a guy we didn't mention, and I don't know what the deal is right now with Kennedy Urlacher, but if you watch this film at Notre Dame, that boy can tackle, and he's physical, and I feel like USC can put him at a dime inside linebacker position, keep Kamari at his true spot, or keep Kamari at the nick, and just let him tackle because he is so physical, and I'm excited to see him if he does get an opportunity tonight.
His father certainly could play linebacker. Now we look at the cornerback position, and that's obviously the spot that had everyone fretting a little bit in the Purdue game. There were some tackling issues. There were some coverage issues. As we said, Carlos Nicholson seems like the vet in the room, and a guy who has a strong hold on one of the spots. How about the other spot at corner?
Asking me?
Why not?
You're looking right at me. All right, I'll go with that one. I like the Carlos Nicholson. He's your prototypical modern-day corner nowadays, right? Like you see the Sauce Gardner, you see Jamari or
Long.
What's his name from the Rams? I'm blanking his name.
Witherspoon?
No. He used to play with the Rams, now he's with the Steelers. Jalen Ramsey. I almost said Kamari Ramsey. But right now, the next question is that biggest one, that +1. Who's that next guy? Marcellus Williams started last week. Looked decent, had some flashes. I expect him to be out there again tonight. DJ Harvey started the season. He's been rotating in and out. Braylon Conley, another guy. It's just, I don't care who it is. Someone just has to go out there and take that spot. Make the coach not be able to take you off the field instead of having to rotate around.
You know who I miss, guys, and I think we kind of took him for granted, was Jalen Smith. I thought Jalen Smith, last year, man, just a stud out there. It's a tackler in coverage. See him going to Houston now. I just think we miss him a bunch. He was a heck of a player.
And, if people didn't hear, Chasen Johnson out for the season. He had a bad injury last week. And I think that's kind of a big one. He hadn't done much yet, Sua, but he was the one guy that came in with a little bit of a rep. I kind of thought he was going to ultimately take that spot. That's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's an next man up mentality. And these DBs, especially these corners, they just got to play with a little bit more confidence and just be aware of situational alignment. Like, I feel like we're beating ourselves pre-snap when we line so far off the ball, but I understand you want to give yourself a cushion when the team's running RPO and we are sending pressure. You're kind of naked on the island, so you get in your head. But if you can trust your rush to get home, you actually don't have to cover that long. You can stand a little bit more flat-footed, be aggressive. If you know 3-step drops, you could be real aggressive on slants and intermediate routes, but that comes with studying film. That comes with trust and rapport with your D-line, and as the season progresses, I think the room will get better.
Have you guys been watching the Eric Musselman videos?
I have. He wears a helmet.
Who gave that man a helmet?
And a jersey, and he runs around?
He's got the whole thing, man, all fired up, and that is USC men's basketball right now. That is the identity of this crew. All roads lead to Galen season ticket deposits available now at usctrojans.com/MBB deposits. We've got more Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI coming up next.
Personal injury suits can be scary and full of questions. How can I pay for it? If I've been in an accident, who fixes my car? Who pays my medical bills? And will it all be worth it in the end? LifeLaw simplifies the process, answering your questions and more by providing 24/7 support that's clear and precise, while offering the latest in technology to let you know where your case stands at all times. Good news. LifeLaw. Injury law.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that actually tastes good?
think you mean athletic.
Excuse me? Do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
Aisle 7.
Found it.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Sir, it seems that the gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
USC Trojans, Abbott, and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up to donate blood to help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score limited edition USC Trojan Tea and save lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott, ABBOTT, to get in the game. And Stone IPA has inspired a generation of brewers and beer lovers. Made in Southern California, Stone Brewing's first anniversary ale continues to be today's iconic West Coast style IPA. Crisp, light-bodied, and packed with hoppy flavor. Located at fine.stonebrewing.com. Back live in the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. It's time for now this week's Impact Matchup.
The USC Impact Matchup of the Week is brought to you by Invesco QQQ.
Invesco QQQ. Explore with Invesco QQQ. Fight on.
Fight on.
Now, the Impact Matchup of the Week.
I think for the first time this season, guys, we're going to talk about a player on the other team. And I kind of like that because that means we have a real game on our hands. We have a real matchup on our hands. And it's a name that we've sort of known on the periphery, and it's Aiden Childs. He was actually a guy I think a lot of USC fans were thinking about coming to you, or hoping, at least on the internet, we're hoping that would come to USC. But instead he ended up sort of as a package deal. He was going to go to Oregon State with Jonathan Smith, and instead they all go over to Michigan State. And what he does, guys, is present a real mobile quarterback, which makes all USC fans sort of shudder because there have been issues over most of this century at times with that, which every team is presented with, but the USC fans always feel like it's a particular issue here. How do you deal with it? How does this team deal with it, Sean? Let's start with the personnel. USC's defense, is it well suited to defend a mobile quarterback?
Yeah, I think so. I think anytime you got a guy like Eric Gentry out there who can do a unicorn of multiple of things out there for the defense. Kamari Ramsey as well. I think those two guys are going to be key in this. We've seen Coach Lynn and his ability to call the defense for pressures, but it also takes a smart rush. You got to have your guys well rushed. You got to all rush together. You can't let those big lanes open up. You can't have somebody getting blocked on a line and some guy way up the field, because then you create those lines. So you got to have a smart rush. They have great team speed, and I really like the three-man package when we have those three ends in there. When Anthony Lucas is standing up and you got two ends outside, so look for Anthony Lucas to be in there, kind of spying on him as Aiden Childs is able to move in that pocket.
Cody, does Childs worry you more as a design runner or as somebody who will run when the play breaks down? He has 30 rush attempts in 3 games. He's the third leading rusher among quarterbacks in the Big Ten.
I think it's a little bit of both. Now, when you watch them on film, especially against Boston College, they'll do some of those zone reads, and this is the first pro-style offense that we're going to see this year, too. They get under center. They do some
fullback,
some rollout. Yeah, you'll see some fullback, some 2 tight end looks. But where he really excels is when the play breaks down. They'll do some quarterback draws and stuff like that, but when he's looking downfield, and he loves to take shots downfield, but when the play breaks down, if you lose contain, and Sean was talking about rush lanes, if you crash inside and try to be a hero, he'll hurt you with his legs and get out on the edge.
Sua, how does quarterback mobility stress the defense the most?
Well, I started a dynasty on CFB 26.
Sound like my son.
Here we go.
And the first team I used was Michigan State, and every time the pocket would break down, I'd step up in that pocket, and Nick Marsh would always be streaking across the middle of the field, and I just throw it off to him, and the yak would be crazy. He'd go for 6 almost every time, and I just can't help but feel like that's a real possibility tonight if we don't stop him. And with a mobile quarterback, it kind of captures your linebacker's eyes, which allows those receivers to do those deep digs on third down and sneak behind him. What they say is don't take the cheese. It's hard when you got a mouse back there, though.
There's always talk about a spy Sean. Do you think that is a viable defensive solution, or is that sort of an oversimplification that fans like?
It's a small part of the defensive scheme. You can run it. It is part of it that you can give them that look. I've seen Desmond Stevens a couple times this year spy the quarterback, so they have that. That's just part of it, Jordan. You got to be able to do different things. You got to give him different looks. You got to keep him guessing. Those are the kind of things when he has to go through progressions or he doesn't know what coverage is and he's kind of thrown off. Is it man? Is it zone? Should I take off right now? Should I not? So those kind of things mess with his mind. And like the rush and being smart when you rush. I just can't emphasize that enough. You have to be smart. You have to go in there. You can't just rush out there like a wild dog. You have to know this quarterback can move. I got to win my one-on-one, but I got to be ready to come off that block at any time because this guy can move.
And so you have to be able to get the quarterback down when you are in that situation. In terms of tackling, how would you rate what you've seen so far from this USC defense?
They've been okay. They haven't been bad to the point where we're missing tackles and third down is turning into first down, which turns into points. We haven't seen that yet. So I'm not going to give them an A because – we could always be better, but B+ so far. No chunk plays because of missed tackles.
All right, who gets an A, guys? Keely gets an A. She's down there on the sideline for us, and let's get to Keely for her first segment of the night. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is the first segment in the Coliseum where I'm not sweating when you get to me, so I'm happy with this kick. Yes, it's kind of windy
jacket.
too.
No lightning? You're good down there. Be careful.
I know. Look at that. Sideline mic working. We love it.
All good. What do the fans have to say?
So our question this week comes from Louie, and he wants you guys to look big picture. He says, after the first true Big Ten road win, what do you think the ceiling is for this team this season?
Let's start with Sua, because Sua lives in a world that doesn't have ceilings. It doesn't have limitations. No. So let's start with him to raise the ceiling as high as possible, and then the other two guys can bring it down a little bit.
Hey, we're a championship team,
there
right?
It is.
Right? That's what we barking for natties and playoff appearances. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? I'm not raising the ceiling too high. If it's too high, maybe y'all just ain't pushing far enough, okay? I believe that this team is destined for great things, but all we got to do is take care of the little things. And I'm going to nitpick the little things because that culture, as Cody knows, as he would preach to me because we used to live together, Coach, so you got to tuck your shirt in. So you got to wear the right laces. I understand. So the little things matter the most. I'm just regurgitating what I was coached and taught.
Coach, you want to?
No. See, I was trying to take the high road this episode because he got mad when we started last week or 2 weeks ago. I went right after him from the beginning.
So you can't bring a Tiger's milk out to practice, bro. Nobody else is eating.
I'm going to give you the quarterback answer, though, right now. Ask me this question after this next 4 game. I mean, let's handle tonight, but after these next 4 games, after we go Illinois, Michigan, Notre Dame,
Illinois,
and then Nebraska.
Illinois is getting a house right now by Indiana.
Okay, but all I'm saying is we go on the road. We play at 9 a.m. local time,
it's a trap
too.
game now.
Look, I don't want to overlook this game, but ask me again after this next 4-game stretch and how we handle travel and all of that.
Yeah, it's yet to be determined. I mean, they look good. They've done what they're supposed to do against the teams they started out the season with, and it's just another step tonight. They got to take another step in the right direction. I'm not all the way sold like Sua yet. I want to see a couple more things, especially defensively. They can clean up some stuff, I think.
To Cody's point, I always broke this season into thirds. The first 4 games, it seemed very manageable, this sort of progressive schedule, and you knew that USC was going to be favored. They're favored, as it turns out, in all 4 games by more than 2 touchdowns. The next 4 are all losable games. Yes. That doesn't mean they will lose them. It doesn't mean they should lose them. I think they're going to be favored in some of them ultimately, but they are all either pedigree opponents or they're on the road in difficult places. Those are difficult, and then you'll come out of that and you'll find out whether you're going for a championship in that
starting to pop up in national media a little bit more too. At the start of the year you didn't hear much about the Trojans. Now you turn on ESPN.
Number next to our name.
I'll tell you what,
we've heard Trojan pops up now.
2 times we've said championship up here though, so I know we got the optimism. That's for sure.
It's always in play at this university. That is for sure. All right, we'll get back with Keely in a little bit. But next up, we're going to take a closer look at the Michigan State Spartans. This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
As the head honcho at Buzzballs Land, it's my life's mission to make sure that Buzzballs premixed cocktails are as bold and delicious as you've come to expect. One way that we do that is by playing music for the plants, like so. Man, them thing juicy, and you know they round. Take one sip, baby, I'm in Flavor Town. What you want, baby? I'm the Buzzball man. Making them bands with the ball-shaped can. Come on. Buzzball, buzzball, buzzball.
In the natural rhythm of travel, two forces quarry against one another. Bad fast. Time becomes foe, creating chaos and misfortune at every happenstance. No shirt nor sock is safe from the upheaval. Good fast. Well, you can only find that at Ontario International Airport. Like a perfectly balanced ecosystem, ONT provides non-stop ease and stress-free travel. Because in the airport kingdom, faster is always better.
Game day experiences now on Airbnb. Book at airbnb.com/USC Game Day. We just met some fine folks with that group. And then ocean views, magical sunsets, a luxury resort like no other. Discover Terranea, located along the stunning Palos Verdes Peninsula in Southern California. Book your getaway to Terranea now at terranea.com. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sue Cravens, Cody Kessler with you. Hey, let's take a look at Sparty. It's time for this week's scouting report.
It's time for the Scouting Report, brought to you by Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
Now we're going to help you get to know today's opposing team.
The head coach for the Michigan State Spartans, his name is Jonathan Smith. You probably know him well. We have been playing against him for a very long time. Played against him as the State quarterback. Sean, I think you were in those games back in the day.
I think he was right before me.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. He was definitely around. So
yep.
Oregon State quarterback back then. We played against him as the Washington State offensive coordinator, played against him as the Oregon State head coach, and now the Michigan State head coach. And I have to say, I've always had a ton of respect for Jonathan Smith, the way he runs a program, the way he runs an offense.
Same.
I think he's a big-time coach. He's a local guy. UCLA probably should have scooped him up long ago, never did. And he's gone to other places, but he's big time.
And always have played the Trojans well. I feel like every time we play a Jonathan Smith team, we always have a trouble. He always have a great offense. Cody mentioned it earlier. Pro-style offense. You're going to see that zone scheme. You're going to see play-action pass off of it. You're going to see a fullback. You'll see tight end play. So that kind of offense you're going against. The defense has always been tough. So always a well-manicured team. 3-0 on the season so far. Wins over Western Michigan, Boston College, and Youngstown. So, not the greatest opponents, but they got the job done.
Yeah, he's definitely rebuilding this program, Sua. They went 5-7 last year. They sort of just hit some hard times with a coaching decision that didn't work out so well for them. But it's a program that I think they probably feel like can get back on the big stage.
I think they're a sleeping giant. I think that they're a sleeper team in the Big Ten that can play physical. They've got the home crowd atmosphere. They show up out there in East Lansing. They white out their stadium, and it is tough to get wins out there. So I'm grateful that we're playing them at home. But this is a team that, like you said, it's a pro-style offense, and if you're not physical up front, can't get knocked back, that zone scheme will tear you apart.
And then the quarterback, we talked about him in terms of his mobility, Cody, but he is a dual threat. I mean, you're worried a little bit more about the deep passing than you are even the running.
Yeah, go put on the Boston College game when they went to double overtime. I mean, it was shot after shot after shot. It's going to be like that offense that we had when Lane Kiffin was here before what it is now with Ole Miss, but where it was two tight ends, we're going to go 32 power. We're going to go outside zone, and then we're going to go play action with a deep post to Nelson Aguilar and a deep cross to Marquise Lee or whoever it is that's out there. He is not afraid to throw the football up there. If you get even some of these double coverage, he'll put it up there to Amari Kelly and Nick Marsh, like Sue mentioned, two very good playmakers, and go make some plays down the field.
Are those that you mentioned those two names? Are those the guys that stand out? You look at the Michigan State offense; those the playmakers.
Yeah, Nick Marsh is the guy that I'm circling first. He's got 3 touchdowns already on the year. He's the guy that he wants to find down the field. and then Amari Kelly is a good 1-2 punch for them on the outside.
Yeah, the running back, Mekhi Frazier, is really good. They didn't know if he's going to go in this one, but he circles as a possibility for this one.
Yeah, and we're going to get with Keely in a little bit and take a look at the injury report because I know that they come in a little bit banged up. People have been texting me some questions about some USC injuries, so I'm curious about the actual personnel in this game. But defensively, Sean, who stands out for Michigan State's defense?
Well, a 4-2-5 defense. They've given up quite a few yards here. You look at here, especially in the passing attack, over 450 for Boston College in a shootout in Youngstown, 339 yards, which is not a great day against Youngstown, which is the FCS team. So defense has been a little bit behind the offense here. They're finding their way, especially in the pass game, but they do have some guys that can rush the passer up front at the edge positions, but defensively, I think the Trojans can really hurt them through the air today.
So I was listening to Cody talk about this. I'm wondering if you have a take when there's a defense that has such a discrepancy between their defensive statistics and their their run game statistics and their pass game statistics. An elite run defense for Michigan State, at least statistically through 3 games, pass defense has been exploited.
Yeah, and it's confusing because they run the 4-2-5, so they have 5 DBs out there, and you would think that they are equipped to stop the pass any given moment. That's just not their style of play. They want to get in that box. They want to make it a physical game. They want to get into your backfield and blitz it, I guess because they aren't that confident in coverage downfield. So if I'm Cody or if I'm a quarterback, I'm ready to get out there and start taking bombs. Like, first play is a play-action shot if it's me.
Yeah, and to George's point, I mean, they're 9th in rushing defense. They're 118th in passing defense. Normally it's okay.
Well, Boston College didn't try to run the ball.
No, they didn't.
They don't run the ball.
Threw it all over the field. And in those other games, they had the lead, so the teams were having to throw and push the ball down the field. But normally, even with that, it's okay, 9th in rushing defense, maybe 50th or 60th. That is a huge difference. But, yeah, if I'm Jaden Maiava and Lincoln Riley this week, I'm rubbing my hands together. Still got to be balanced, but I want to see that football going down the field.
Guys, this is a revenge game.
I didn't know that. How so, Jordan?
3,000 years ago, Sparta defeated Troy
is it the same
in
timeline?
the Trojan War.
Is it
Spartacus?
I heard that.
Is that what Spartacus is about?
No, I don't think
I never saw that movie, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it's about. There's a Brad Pitt movie for you, Sue. You can check that one out.
I have seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, check that out.
Is there no one else?
Trojan Horse. There you go.
Is there no one else?
You've seen it?
Bro,
that's how we get our history, Hollywood history around here. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a little team identity. What have we learned about this team through the first 3 games? It's the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at iTrustCapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Back to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. The sun is officially down here at the Coliseum. This is a little different vibe than the first two games of the season, first two home games that were played in the heat here in Los Angeles. It's got a little bit of a chill in the air, and we will be playing under the Coliseum lights. Sue has been doing the whole show like this, man. You're the one guy in long sleeves. Just don't like it, huh? Can't handle it?
I'm like I said, I'm well equipped for the weather. Don't know about you guys.
Well, it's time now for this week's Cardinal and Gold Report.
It's time for the Cardinal and Gold Report.
The Cardinal and Gold Report.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
Identity. That is the word that we are headlining this segment with, and I want to hear about the offense, the defense, and special teams. But let's start with the offense. We're 3 games in, guys. So what is the offensive identity that USC has established so far?
Well, we talked about it, I think, in the first segment, how explosive this team has been. The long passes last week. We saw Jaden drop him into Jacoby. We saw Makai Lemon has been getting off all year with just a quick passes and him doing it with the legs. Lake McCree getting involved. But everything has been explosive from this offense, and I love when they're making those plays. As a defender, you sitting there, man, those big chunk plays, those are awesome. I love big explosive offense because you sit there as defenders, you know, now they got to work on finishing those drives off, but the offense has been explosive.
Yeah, they lead the nation in plays of 40-plus, 50-plus, 60-plus. Certainly is the stats to back up your claim. What do you say, Sewell?
They're versatile. It's not just the guys that we expect to do it. It isn't just Lemon or Lane or Jaden or Wayman. It's Eli. It's King Miller. It's Lake McCree. Everybody's getting the ball. Everybody's eating. Everybody eats, B. And that's what this USC offense needs to continue this success and be consistent.
Yeah, my word is balance right now, and that's been great to see. I mean, they've been two-dimensional. USC has the number 1 offense in the country, and the reason for that is because they can do it in the run game, they can do it in the pass game. They have the 6th best passing offense. They have the 17th best rushing offense right now. If you can do that, then you're a nightmare for opposing defensive coordinators.
And I thought last week was the first real test of it because the passing was coming easy in the first half, and the running wasn't, and they stayed in balance even in that situation. I think in previous years, maybe the Caleb years, you just go, hey, we're throwing it so easy. Let's throw for 450 and win the game that way. They stayed in balance.
And sometimes you would think, okay, they run the ball heavy in the second half when you have the lead. You may think, okay, they're taking their foot off the gas. No, they have the playmakers in the offensive line to do that. They ran the ball 14 times in the fourth quarter. They only threw it 3, and for the game they ran it 40 and only threw it 28 and still walked away with a good road win.
All right, defensively, Sean, what's the identity there?
It's pressure, and I'm proud to say that the Trojan performance, that defensive line performance last week was some of the best pass rushing I've seen in a long time from this unit. It's 14 sacks on the year. It's numerous amounts of pressure. It's just young guys getting after Jakeem Stewart. Don't forget about Floyd Boucard, man. He's maybe one
of the... You love Floyd Boucard.
Man, his pass rush skill, his one-on-one pass rush, this young man has great hips, has great flexibility. He gets there, he knows how to turn the corner. So from a young player like that to know that, he has a bright future here at USC.
Sewell?
Athleticism. We've got linebackers and safeties. We mentioned the linebacker room. We're healthy and we've got depth. There's a multitude of guys that can get on the field and produce, but the safety room as well. Like I mentioned earlier, Urlacher is a guy who hasn't even played yet. He can play the dime for us. Kamari's already playing nickel for us. We already got blitzes and production in the backfield from the DB room. So athleticism in the secondary.
What say you, Cody?
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with Sean. My identity is front 7 right now. They've been able to get 14 sacks on the year. And to put that in perspective, they had 6 sacks through 6 games a season ago. They had 21 on the entire season. They already have 14 through 3, and they also have 30 tackles for loss, which is second in the entire country. I love this front 7. I love the safeties. I'm not sold on the corners, but right now the identity is those front guys up front. I need to see a little bit more from the secondary.
What about special teams, Sean? Anything stood out there?
Yeah, to me, it's don't screw it up. I think that's Lincoln Riley's motto on this special teams, man. We're not going to lose games with special teams. You've seen Makai Lemon back there be very not assertive back there. I'm just going to be happy with taking it here. You've done a good job. Ryan Sierra has been a nice bright spot kicking the ball.
Has.
Coming in 4 or 5 last week in some tight positions. So, so I just don't mess it up on special teams.
I see a TBD listed for both of you guys, and I think that's honestly a fair call. I'm not sure that we have seen anything develop in terms of, hey, we've got a great return game or we're making blocks or we have have, a puncher like you did last year. So far, it hasn't really determined itself for you.
Just don't turn the ball over.
I don't think
Just
you're going to see
don't turn the ball over. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind if we fair caught every kick, return, and punt. Just get the offense out there as fast as we can.
No, I'm off on that a little bit. You don't think back there with Mekhi Littman, the explosiveness that he has?
I don't want Mekhi getting hurt doing
I don't either,
returns.
but there's going to be games this year to where the offense is struggling a little bit and the defense might be giving up some big plays. You're going to need special teams to have that spark play. But outside, that's why I said TBD, because Sayeri's been great. I mean, he missed one kick, but he's 6 for 7. And then we've only had 3 punts on the year this year. So we still have yet to see what's going to happen. But no, I think there's going to be some explosive plays.
You need the Greg Carlson fair catch, baby, all day.
All right, it's game time. Let's get to Name That Trojan. A little trivia for the guys.
Ontario International Airport, a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans, is thrilled to bring you that moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to Name That Trojan.
All right, you get 3 clues here. Whoever answers first and gets it right wins. Let's start. Cody, you want more love for winning the last game?
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, Cody so far is the only one that has guessed
you only
correctly.
needed 3 clues.
Proceed, Jordan. Proceed.
Clue number 1. Scored 27 touchdowns in 22 games after 0 in the first 2.5 seasons of his USC career.
Buck Allen.
Buck Allen is correct, and he does it on 1 clue.
Yeah.
Sua.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Come on now. I know my teammates.
Welcome to the show.
This guy played quarterback, was clueless. Didn't know who he was talking about.
I couldn't even say. I didn't even get the process.
He was
yet.
about to say Justin
what, though?
Fargas.
I'll give it to Sua. He lives and dies by the first guess. After the first clue, you're
Come on, man. You eat all in there,
Man's a
y'all.
gambler.
Hey, shout out Buck, though, man. He's one of my all-time favorite teammates, man. Buck Allen. Wherever you are, man, I love you, dude. I hope you're doing well.
Hey, take it to the highs.
Buck Allen scored his first touchdown on a night game, kind of like tonight, diving over the pile, and then they couldn't keep him out of the end zone. Hey, we've got a special guest coming up on the stage. The athletic director, Jen Cohen, is next in the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It doesn't just have great bones. It was the backbone of your community. So you breathe in new life, grinding away to make space for tomorrow, for your people. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you're always willing to double down on your neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Coach Lincoln Riley. I'm encouraging you to customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today. Show your Trojan pride with every purchase. You live like a Trojan, so why not pay like one too? Go to wellsfargo.com/Trojans to get in the game. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of USC Athletics and Trojans everywhere. Wells Fargo, helping you to pay like a true Trojan. Bite on.
This is USC football on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Your destination for LA sports. Fight on.
Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. We are live. We can hear our voices inside the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Stuart Cravens, Cody Kessler, and the athletic director here at USC, Jennifer Cohen, back to the stage. Always great to have you. The fans are filtering in. The message of the week has been pack the Coliseum. These fans, we've got a good team this year, and just this whole era, it's going to need to be us and them to be great.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, our fans are our lifeblood.
Yep.
And we have incredible fans here. And, we're so lucky to have the Trojan family behind us. And it's really our job, first and foremost, to give them what they need, right? Which is a winning program and a great experience in this Coliseum, which is something that we're working on. And so we can't do it without them. We need them tonight. We need them every night. And we've seen that, right? We've been on the road in the Big Ten. We see what a home field advantage does, and it's really hard to play on the road. We want it to be really hard for people to play on the road here at the Coliseum.
Jen, last year, first Big Ten year. What was your main takeaways from last year and any kind of adjustments that were made for this year?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we're really proud to be part of the Big Ten. It's an incredible conference. It's a national conference, great schools, great brands, great fans. We had an awesome year last year holistically as an athletic department. We finished second in the Directors' Cup, broad-based success across the board. And I think we've learned a lot for all of our teams, in particular football, just travel, preparation, what it's like to go on the road in different places. Getting prepared for a few rain delays, lightning delays, not something we have here in LA.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Hey, we got the win.
We did.
But it's been a great first year, and I can't wait for this year. Yeah.
So you already saw the first question I was going to ask you, and I'm not going to ask it.
It's cheating on the test over there.
No, I did. I've been very entertained by Sue's questions here.
I won't ask it as long as you promise not to ever mention what happened this spring at the basketball game.
Okay, we're even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question would be.
We're good to go.
Are thumbprints going to be needed at the new football facility, and where do we register to get that lined up?
I knew you would ask another very random question. So first of all, we're so excited about Bloom. Construction is going so well. When was the last time you saw it, Sue?
I haven't.
Let's get you out for a hard hat, babe, and I'll show you that the facility is actually going to be open to the public. We're going to have a Hall of Fame set up in the front level of the facility, and so all fans will be able to enter in and see all the history and the tradition and legacy. There will likely be some thumbprint access maybe for the upstairs. So
don't let him access to anything.
Keep the riffraff out.
I think Sue is trying to go to that hydrotherapy. The recovery rooms and things like that. Yeah, we'll find you in there. But we're so grateful to the Blooms and all of our donors. We're continuing to raise money, and it's going to be the best football facility in college football.
Agreed. Jen, you've had a lot of success in your career at multiple different places. What has helped you the most get to where you are today, not only as an athletic director, but as a leader?
Other people.
Yeah.
I think talent alone is overrated. I think togetherness wins always. And so I think just putting the university, the school, the athletic department, and all the people first in the work and surrounding yourself with other great people, that includes our entire Trojan family here, that's the secret to success.
Well, it seems like the secret right now is also adaptability, right? I mean, it's just every year we're talking to you about something new, and the thing we were talking to you about last year no longer applies this year and won't necessarily apply next year. Put NIL in that context for us. Where are we? How do you feel about it? And how do you feel like USC is positioned to succeed in the future?
Yeah, first of all, every year, I feel like it's every day.
I know, you're right.
I think all of us that work in this are adapting, but I think so are our fans, and so are our student athletes, and so are our coaches. I think, this is a very new era in that we are actually providing NIL support directly to student athletes now. That's effective July 1. So just being in a place like USC where we can maximize our investment in our student athletes, that we have that support, we have the resources to do that. And then you combine that with all the other opportunities that student athletes can have here in this market. Thousands of USC student athletes across all 23 of our programs have benefited from NIL because they're here in LA. So, this being a place to be isn't aspirational. It already is.
Yeah.
Jen, already is.
Jen, what not just a great football school USC is, but all the sports. Give us any updates on some of the other sports that are going on in fall, or I know new soccer field going on, like a lot of action around USC sports.
Yeah, our teams, like I said earlier, our broad-based success is part of our DNA. Our Olympic history and success and heritage is part of our DNA, and we're having a great fall so far. Rawlinson is really a crown jewel. It's something that we should all be really proud of. The new home for soccer and lacrosse, a real testament to our commitment to women's sports here. Our women's soccer team's outstanding. Our volleyball team's ranked. It means more. We just swept LSU.
Hey.
This week. Our men's water polo team, I think, is second in the country right now, and so these student athletes work so hard, as you know. You guys all know. You've all done it, and we're just so grateful for what they do and how they contribute to our university.
You know, I was excited to find out what the third question on Sua's list is, but unfortunately we're out of time.
I wanted you to ask Sua. I wanted you to ask Sua
Hey,
a
by
question.
the way, my golf swing's really good, Sua. That was question number one.
We shall see.
Sua's just looking for tea time and access to the
He just
building.
wants to go to Rolling Hills. That's it.
Thank you to Jen. Our future is in good hands with the athletic director, Jennifer Cohen. Appreciate you joining us in the Trojan Tailgate Show. We've got head coach Lincoln Riley. His interview is next on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that
actually tastes good? I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me? Do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
I'll set it.
Found it.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
Coliseum really comes to life at night. We are playing under the lights tonight. This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI with Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, and Cody Kessler. I am Jordan Moore, and here's Keely Yor now with the head coach, Lincoln Riley.
This is your prescription to win, brought to you by USC Pharmacy.
Proud partner of USC Athletics.
USC Pharmacy is operated by the USC Man School.
Learn more at pharmacies.usc.edu.
Coach, this is the second time you're facing head coach Jonathan Smith in your USC era. What do you remember about that matchup in 2022?
That was a wild game.
Yeah.
That was a wild game. It was kind of a battle back and forth. I remember we played really well defensively, had a bunch of turnovers that night, which would be great to be able to do that again. Didn't play very good offensively until the end and had a really good 2-minute drive. But, it was a great atmosphere and was a huge road win for us at the time.
When looking at this Michigan State offense, Aiden Childs, it seems like a mobile quarterback, but also likes to take deep shots. What type of test is this for your defense?
Yeah, a real test. I think he's definitely, in my opinion, the best quarterback that we've seen up to this point. Like you said, his ability to mix his athleticism in with the deep shots down the field, their play action game. It puts a lot of pressure on you defensively because, you have to defend kind of all those facets of their game.
I'm curious from your perspective as a play caller how you look at this Michigan State defense because they're top 10 in run defense, but then towards the latter half when it comes to passing defense, how do you attack that as a coach?
Well, it's still a challenge. There's no question. Their ability to stop the run is legit. And you see that it's not just a one-year thing for them. That's something they've been pretty strong at. This coordinator's got a strong history. So that's still going to be really important to establish a run. That's going to obviously make things easier or maybe more accessible in the passing game. And we definitely want to have some balance. So our ability to run the football will be very important.
This is a home opener in the Coliseum for conference play. What's your message to your team?
Yeah, it's an important game. I mean, it really is. You got to win your home conference games. I think that's vitally important. We're coming off a unique kind of travel and just the whole scenario with the Purdue game was unique. So our ability to bounce back here at home and go put on a good performance, I think, will be really important as we look ahead.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck.
Thanks, Keely.
Back live now at the Coliseum and live with Keely Yore back on the sideline. This is our high noon game day report. And Keely, I am interested very much so in the injury report. You should have it in front of you. What do we know?
It's interesting. I have updates for both teams. Now, I did see Nick Marsh, Michigan State's top wide receiver, warming up. He does have a soft knee brace on his right knee, so he looked a little hobbled. But as far as Mekhi Frazier, the other guy that we were looking for on Michigan State's team, their top running back who takes the lion's share of the carries, he looked great in warm-up. So that's the Michigan State update. Now, as far as the USC update, it was kind of a little bit of a surprise. We saw on Wednesday that Jacoby Lane was a little banged up for practice, and so he was listed as questionable coming into this game. Now, I did see him warm up in the initial warm-up period when he was in sweats. He had the band that Coach True has everybody warm up with, but the full team just came out right now, and he's not with the team. Now, I haven't seen him without pads, because that's usually what we see when a guy comes out not playing. So I'm wondering at this point if it's going to be a late add. He runs out just before kickoff, and he's ready to go, and we'll tough it out. But that is someone to watch for as not being a participant today, especially given the fact that we expect this game to be a pass heavy for USC's offense.
Who else is on the injury report of note?
So Brian Jackson is out for the second time in a row, for a
third, I think.
Third,
right?
yes, third consecutive time in a row. Cody and I talked about it on the podcast. He was missed in those red zone situations against Purdue, so we'll see how USC faces that today. And then Zacharias Williams is also out, notable in the sense that if Jacoby Lane cannot go, that's still kind of iffy on the wide receiver depth. But USC does get Prince Strawn back as well. So it's a mixed bag, and curious. I will keep an eye out for Jacoby Lane, but at this point, it's hard to tell whether or not he might just be a late game entrant.
Well, this is big news, guys. Jacoby Lane, obviously an important part of this team, and we kind of talked about this going into the season is, hey, we feel amazing about the Lemon Lane, but what happens if one of them doesn't play? And, we may find out tonight.
Well, it's a lot easier for Michigan State's defense today. You think about an offense that it has not without their big threat guy. I thought Lane did a fantastic job last week. I think he got the offense started with those big plays. It was kind of sputtering early. Big play takes top off. Seems like the offense got in. So if I'm Michigan State, I'm a lot happier not having to defend those two guys, and then you can kind of key on Mekhi a little more.
Cody, if he were not to play, do you think Prince Strawn or somebody goes in at that X spot and Tanook stays where he is, or do they move Tanook out and he sort of takes over for Jacoby? How do you see that?
Yeah, I don't want to give away next segment, but I'm hoping we put Tanook Hines at that X spot right now. I mean, you got to have a playmaker, or we see Mekhi Lemon go to X, and then you have Tanook Hines and Prince Strawn and other guys rotate, because the best player on your team normally is that X receiver. We're going to go 3-by-1. I'm going to take my shots to the right, but you always have that alert to where I know I can take that go ball on the backside or a post. But that's going to be something to keep an eye on. And then I gave him some love on this segment, but Lake McCree, another guy to keep an eye on too, to get some more balls tonight.
This is, the adversity of the season, Sue, as it comes. I mean, again, we don't know if Jacoby's for sure not playing, but these were the things that you knew would come up throughout the year.
Hey, next man up. We're used to it at this point. We've seen it season in and season out. These guys got to be ready to play. You're not always going to be at full strength, and if Jacoby's down, I'm not worried about it. The receiver room is the last room I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about Keely Yore and her Old Dominion Best in the Game pick for the next segment, if my script is correct. Yeah. But maybe she's
Audible.
sitting there thinking about what to do here. Keely, don't say anything. Okay. We're going to come back to you in the next segment, and we'll see how you handle it. Looking forward to it. We got one more segment to come on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concert. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Hey, whose hand is that?
You're all get together and thinking and me say we come everybody. You bend down, have your leg up, sorrow. Another one bite the dose.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
One final segment of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Getting close to kickoff here. The dark sky above us, the lights very much illuminated here at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Jordan Morshaw, Cody Sua Cravens, Cody Kessler. It's been our pleasure, as always, to bring you the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. And thank you to all the people that make it happen. We just stand up here and screw around basically for 90 minutes, but we have a whole crew that makes us look good, sound good, and brings it to you on ESPN Radio Network as well as our YouTube channel. So appreciate everyone involved with that. Let's get time now for our Old Dominion Best in the Game picks.
The best in the game
is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line,
official freight carrier of USC Athletics,
helping the world keep promises.
Congratulations to Sua Cravens, who is already on the board with 2 points this season. A little controversial. The judges last week maybe leaned to Sua in an area where other judges may not have, but this is just it's how it goes.
You sound like a judge at the Crawford-Canelo fight, brother. I won unanimously. All right, no matter how you spin it, roll it, twist it.
I know Sua won last week, but I just wanted to mention that my player Eric Gentry won the Bednarik Defensive Player of the week in the nation and wasn't even on the voting ballot.
What did the fans say?
I'm just saying. Thanks,
what
fans.
Did the
Way
fans
to go.
Say?
Way to go, fans.
No,
Democracy.
I'm glad Sua won.
Keep voting for
he needed that ego boost.
Keep voting for Sua's player.
He needed that one.
Ew.
He did. He's got 2 points. He's the runaway leader so far. Time to catch him. Keely Orr and scribbling, doing a little research during the break, crossing out one name and maybe writing another one. Let's start with Keely. What is this week's pick for you?
Okay, well, I didn't have to do research during the break, but I did use my eyes during the break, and I did see Jacoby Lane come out. He is a little gimpy. He is a little gimpy, unless my eyes
but
are
he's
deceiving.
in full uniform.
But I will still say that I'm pulling an audible because I want Jacoby Lane healthy when I choose
is this
him.
legal? Wait, I don't know if this is legal.
Is he playing?
Hold on. If he's playing, she's got to go stick with him.
Wait a minute.
To be clear,
You get 2 picks? What is this?
our game is important, and I understand it's the most important thing to us. But just to be clear, the news you're reporting is that Jacoby Lane is in full uniform?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to
That's
know.
what I've seen
for
from
USC
here.
fans that care.
Great to know.
So
Yes.
who is your player?
Who is your player? Because I know Lane's face is about to pop up.
It is
on
Makai Lemon. That is
What?
who I'm choosing.
Wow.
Look, y'all are salty, but it's going to go between me, Sua winning, I won, Sua won, so the pattern is I'm going to win next, okay?
Hey,
That's
there you go,
all.
Big dog.
I can get with that. I can
Lead
get with
your
that.
shot.
If Jacoby goes off tonight, there's no takebacks. Keith.
Exactly,
That would be
100%.
so good.
100%.
That would be
Darn.
so good.
Well, wait a
I
minute.
mean, that's
By the way,
luck.
shout out to our graphics department that pivoted the last
Who did you
second.
contact last minute to make this change?
Look, I got friends everywhere, Sua.
I don't like that.
Cody, who do you got?
I'm going with the freshman. I've already kind of hinted at it. I'm going to Nook Hines. I think he's going to have a big game tonight. He almost had that one-hand touchdown last week. I think tonight's his breakout performance.
Sua?
You know, I'm going to go Lake McCree. He's been balling. Vital part of the offense. Going to get a few touchdowns in the red zone today.
Few,
I feel like.
okay.
A few. 2 of them. Book it.
Like it.
I'm going Mr. Turnover, INT, just averaging 1 a game. Give me another one tonight for Bishop Fitzgerald.
Sean, the board could not have laid out any better for me. You know, these guys, you know how to play the game. They don't know how to play the game. And so when somebody takes the quarterback, why would you take all his pass catchers? But there they are. Yep. I love it. Let's throw a TD to Lake. Let's throw a TD to Nook. Let's throw a TD to Mackay. But you know who gets them all? The quarterback gets them all. And that's why we're going Jaden Mayava this week against one of statistically the worst pass defenses in the country. Is there a problem, Cody?
Listen, there was a little bit of thought process behind this. Because, look, Mackay Lemon or Jacoby Lane, whoever Keeley picked, and we'll see if she sticks to it. If they score, okay, we expect them to score. Lake McCree, if he scores, we expect him to score. If Tanuk Hines scores, it's going to be his first time not only scoring as a freshman, but in the Coliseum. So that's an automatic 5+ points there. We're going to get some more votes. If he gets 2, it's game over. I don't care if Jaden throws 5 touchdowns. If Tanuk gets 2 of those, it's over.
Cody, the fans didn't vote for a Bednarik player of the week. They don't care that it's his first touchdown. It's going to the queue.
They do.
It's going to the queue.
100% they do.
Quarterback gets all the praise and all the blame, Cody. You've been telling me that ever since we met you.
No, you can't, though. You got to go up to, if I throw a touchdown, it's the offensive line, it's the receivers. I just put the ball in their hand.
Keeley, I hear you've got more for us.
It's not important. I was just going to make fun of you, Jordan. I just think it's hilarious how you were lecturing us about Jaden Mayava like Sue and I didn't already win with Jaden Mayava as our pick.
I was just about to say that.
Thank you.
I wasn't lecturing you about taking the quarterback. I'm just suggesting that you don't take his pass catchers when somebody else takes the quarterback. It's just game strategy, guys. Everyone plays the way they want to play.
If Jordan doesn't win, though, if he loses with Jaden, we count him out of this whole thing.
But I'm like Sua. We're gamblers, Sua. That's how we live our life.
He was a
on
golfer.
The edge.
He's not a gambler. He's a golfer.
Yeah, I am a golfer.
Do you gamble when you play golf?
It depends. If I play with Terrell Thomas, who is a
I saw T2 standing over there.
We're neighbors up there in the north.
Ask him if he would gamble if he's playing against me, though, on the links.
Oh, would you?
Bro, you're a cheater. Like, you want to know something about Cody? I'm glad we can get this out. And Travis is at home watching from North Carolina.
Let's hear this.
Cody refuses to play golf with me unless I come to him. So I'm like, and you know what he says?
It's like a home course situation.
And you know what he says? I'm a newborn, bro. I don't have 2 kids. And I say,
we're
you know what?
We're all fathers here, Sue.
Exactly, we're all fathers. And I say, you know what? And I say, you know what? I'll come down there. I go to Strawberry Farms. 8 a.m. tea time. Cody, I'm in your backyard. What's good? 8 a.m.'s too early, bro. I said, I'm done with the Kesslers. Besides mom and pops over there, always got love. Shout out Bakersfield.
See, that's the problem.
But this guy,
we don't go to Strawberry Farms. We go over to Pelican Hill over here. So if you want to come to my home course, or Oak Creek, shout out Irvine. Also, you brought it up. Shout out Brooks, my son at home. This is kind of just a whole
Sean likes less than golf talk. Let's get back to football. It's time now. USC versus Michigan State next on the USC Trojans Media Network.
You've been listening to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Brought to you by
YETI. We make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder.
Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
Stone Brewing, proud partner.
What's up, Trojans, man? It's Flo Boussard. Welcome to the Coliseum. Right on.
What's going on, everyone? It's Eli Newby here. Welcome to the Coli. Cheer loud for us. Right on.
Hey, Trojan family. It's Prince Strong. Welcome to the Coliseum. Have fun. Fight on.
What's going on, Trojan fans? It's Makai Lemon. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game. Fight on.
And the home team, your University of Southern California Trojans, home of 137 national National Championships. We hope you enjoy the entire game day experience this evening. And we remind you to please follow the Trojan Spirit Code by showing respect for all fans in attendance. Thank you, and play on. USC has assigned a high priority to ensuring all athletic events are conducted in a safe and enjoyable atmosphere. In compliance with the Trojan Spirit Code, please respect all fans in attendance. For immediate assistance during the game, please speak with the closest usher or security personnel. To report any incidents of flag misconduct, please call the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum fan behavior hotline, and that number is 213-263-4007. Or you can text Coliseum with your seat location and description of the situation to 213-263-4007. Again, that number is 213-263-4007. We thank you for your cooperation and hope you enjoy the game. Fans, be sure to sign in to the USC Network Line On for faster service. Fans, snap a selfie and then tag it with hashtag USCSelfie. You just might see yourself up on the video board during tonight's game. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at USC_athletics.
Guess what?
What you eat? You ain't nothing. Not in the food truck. Oh, you said you brought some. I brought something. They ain't gonna start till 8 o'clock.
kind of boost can the Trojan family give your team tonight underneath the Coliseum light?
We need this place electric tonight. We need our fans that are here. It's going to be a great night at the Coliseum. We can't wait to play. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
He wasn't wasting time.
I know, he packed it as soon as he got on.
So this section, you guys are here.
Yes, CP just came and yelled at me. Okay, all right. You gotta check the next one. Thank you. All right. Keep watching, facing that way.
That's fine. I know. Sorry. Wait, where am I supposed to go? You're anywhere in this section. They should all be up there. Yo, that's crazy. All right, hurry.
up to you, man. Nice blonde, nice blonde hair. Maybe white. So
White is gonna be, it's gonna be these sections here.
just any.
As long as the reserve sign's on it, you're good.
7 out of North Carolina. He is pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration at the USC Marshall School of Business. Please join us in welcoming Brandon Pena as our student veteran of the game and thanking him for his service. Please remain standing and join us singing as the Trojan Marching Band, under the direction of Dr. Jacob Vogel, plays our national anthem.
They have red lanes. I'll go to the okay. Okay, do this one.
about that.
Friends, we'd like to thank Coca-Cola for their support of USC Athletics. Joining us on the field for today's game ball presentation is Deputy Athletic Director Jenny Heinrich, who will be presenting
Came out late, look at these diamonds, they walk. Moving on Molly. Pass out the murders. Pass out the murders. Moving on murders. Seeds on my body.
Keys on my body, and that's on my keys. I keep with nobody. You know what this is, the vamps and the boogies, we just do a party.
What you listening to is that?
Eliante go big, white gold leaf fall on the belly. There ain't no more cup for her and me. Point like ASAP Rally. Guess who's back?